Hi, everyone. All right. Today, this is part two of writing equations for Algebra 1. This time, we are going from the actual equation back into a English statement. All right. So let's check it out. My name is Ryan. This is Math with RG. Thank you so much for watching today. Let's get into it. All right, so the first question, we're going to do number 12. It says, translate each equation into a sentence. So we have 3p plus 8 equals 20. All right, so the way that you would do this is you would break it down into each part of what's happening. So 3p, how would we say that? Well, we do it like this. We say 3 times a number p. So it goes like this. 3 times a number p, and then we have the number 8. So we can say plus 8 plus 8 is 20, right? That means equals 20. So is 20. Is 20. Okay, I am going to give you a slightly different option. Both work. All right, so let's try this. The sum of 3 times a number p and 8. So the sum means the answer to an addition problem. So the sum of 3 times a number p and 8 is 20. Okay, so the difference between them, the first one, I'm kind of just translating like directly. So I'm saying 3p, 3 times a number p, and then plus, so I'm writing plus, and then 8, and then is for equals, and then 20. On the second one, it's just a little bit more advanced. So the sum of 3 times a number p. So the sum means the answer to an addition problem. So we have 3 times a number p, so 3p, and 8, so plus 8, and then is for equals, and then 20. Okay, let's do another example of this. Let's look at number 14. All right, so here we go. So we have 3/4 w squared plus 2/3 w minus 1/5 equals 2. Okay, so let's just talk about them separately. So 3/4 w squared. Okay, so we can say 3/4 of w squared. So 3/4 of means multiplication, and then a number w squared. Okay. And then we can say plus, so plus, and then 2/3 a number w, and then after that we can say minus, whoops, we need the word minus 1/5 is 2. Okay, so 3/4 of a number w squared plus 2/3 of a number w minus 1/5 is 2. So notice how I didn't say like the quantity of this or that. So that means that we just have to do everything in order from left to right. So I'm adding first, then I'm subtracting. Okay, so let's go down to the last one, which is 15. I want to do this word problem. I think it's important. All right, so let's read this together. Adrian wants to create an outdoor rectangular kennel. All right, so I'm just going to quickly, I like to draw pictures, so I'm just going to quickly draw a rectangular kennel. Okay. So then it says the length will be 3 feet more than twice the width. The length will be 3 feet more than twice the width. Okay, so I want to label just the words length and width, but then I'm gonna plug in, what we're gonna use for the equation. Okay, so let's say this is the length, and then this is the width. All right, so let's read that part one more time. It says the length will be 3 feet more than twice the width. Okay, so the way I do word problems is you need to label the one that they did not talk about. Okay, so when they said the length will be 3 feet more than twice the width, they told you everything about the length, but they told you nothing about the width. So we're just going to label the width as W. Okay? Now, we're going to be able to write something for the length now based off of the width. So let's read it one more time. The length will be 3 feet more, right? So that means plus 3, than twice the width. So twice the width would be 2 times the W, which is the width, and then 3 feet more, so that would be plus 3. Okay, so now that I have this labeled, we can now create our equation. So it says write and use an equation to find the length and the width of the kennel if Adrian has 54 feet of fencing. Okay, so 54 feet of fencing. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that the perimeter, right? The perimeter, because 54 feet of fencing, perimeter means all the way around, is going to be equal to 54. Okay, well, how do we find perimeter? Well, we add the sides together. So the 2 lengths and the 2 widths. So I have 2 lengths plus 2 of the widths, and that will be equal to the perimeter, which is 54. All right, so let's plug everything in. I have 2 lengths. Well, the lengths is 2W plus 3, and I have 2 of those. So 2W plus 3. So I have 2 times the the length, which is 2W plus 3. All right, in parentheses. And then plus 2 times W. Now the width is just W, so I can just write 2W equals 54. Okay, so now I just got to solve. So we have 2 times 2W, right? So we're going to do distributive property. 2 times 2W is 4W. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2W equals 54. Now we add like terms together. So we have 4W plus 2W, so that's 6W plus 6 equals 54. We can't do 6W plus 6 because they're not like terms, because one has a W and one just has a number. So we have to do the opposite of what's happening to the variable, right? It's being added by 6, so we're going to subtract by 6 on both sides. That cancels. We get 6w equals 48. And now, once again, we have to do the opposite of what's happening. It says 6 times w. So I'm going to divide by 6 on both sides. That cancels out. W equals 8. So I can officially now say that the width equals 8. And then they asked you to find the length and the width. So we got to find the length now. So the length is going to equal 2 times, we know what W is now, it's 8, plus 3. So we now have 2 times 8, which is 16, plus 3, so equals 19. So there it is. It is official now. So we can box these up. There's one answer, they asked for the width, and then the second answer, they asked for the length. All right, great job on finishing today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, tell your friends and family. And if you want to dive deeper into chapter test work, you can check out my Skool platform, skool.com. The link will be in the bio below. And if you want more information on one-on-one tutoring, you can check out my website, rgtutors.com. Thank you again, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye for now.